extra special good morning to my team VVVIP. If you don't know who are the team VVVIP and you want to be a part of it, make sure you watch to the end of today's video. But before we get stuck into today's video, I need to go and pick up some breakfast and then we're gonna go see a friend. Okay, yes, good morning everybody. It is absolutely boiling hot. And it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. Looks like today is gonna be a scorcher. And talking of today, I have something very interesting, very different for you. But first, let me introduce myself to any new viewers. My name is Alan. I'm a British expat living and working here in Taiwan. And what I like to do, I like to make videos of my life here in Taiwan. Sometimes interesting Taiwanese cultural videos, sometimes sharing my British culture with the rest of Taiwan, and sometimes something completely random. And today is definitely one of those videos that can be classified as random. And yes, I actually don't know what I've let myself in for. I think it's going to be pretty interesting, but it could go spectacularly wrong for me today. And that's because, as I mentioned earlier before we got to breakfast, we are meeting a good friend of mine today. And it's somebody that you might recognize from a couple of my previous videos, my good friend Chad. And Chad, he works as an artist here in Taiwan. And the pair of us, we were talking recently over a couple of beers about videos that we could make. And we kind of settled on the idea of making a video based on art in Taiwan. As an artist, I thought Chad might have a great input. But being the interesting character that he is, he wasn't too keen on sitting down behind the desk and doing an interview style video. So he suggested something pretty interesting that can make the video a little more fun. I'm currently standing outside his housing complex waiting for the lazy so-and-so to wake up. So as soon as he does, I'm gonna go up to his house, have some breakfast, and let him fill you in on what he's got planned for us. Let's get inside, go wake him up. Okay, rolling, here we go. Okay, yes, so breakfast finished. Chad, good breakfast?
Fantastic.
The last time we met Chad, I only had 700 subscribers. Chad, now there's 27,000 subscribers. Wow. So yes, recently me and Chad, we were talking about doing a video on art in Taiwan, and Chad had an awesome idea. Chad had an awesome idea. He's got something interesting planned. So Chad, what's the plan, buddy?
I'm painting your bike.
Yes, as Chad says, he's painting my bike. Now, Chad, the #1 aerosol artist in all of Taiwan. Would you agree, Chad?
No.
No. So modest. Yeah, Chad is a aerosol artist, creates some awesome canvases, creates some awesome murals. And yeah, like I said, he's had the idea of painting my bike. Not too sure how much of a good idea it is. I'm sure it's gonna definitely be interesting for you. So let's get to it. Let's paint my bike. Okay, so as you can see, Chad is busy taping up the parts of the bike that are not getting painted. He's almost finished with that job. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the bike down to the basketball court, the public area, where we have a bit more space, a bit more freedom to paint as beautifully as we can. So let's get down to the basketball court. Okay, so Chad told me we're going to paint the bike on the basketball court because there's more space and it won't get paint on other people's cars. He neglected to tell me that the bike has to go down a full set of stairs first. So what you're about to see is two fully grown men try and carry a scooter down a set of stairs. Should be fun, right? Mission scooter downstairs accomplished. Okay, so the bike is ready. Chad's paint is ready, and I think Chad is ready. Chad, are you ready? Chad is ready. So let's get the first layer of paint onto this bike. Let's see how good it turns out. And I think there's a few layers to be done. So once Chad has done the first layer, then we'll sit down, maybe have a chat, talk a little bit about that art in Taiwan. So without further ado, let's get it started. Roll the music. Okay, so first layer finished.
First layer done.
Do you reckon they can hear us over these cicadas? Yeah. As this video's title is Art in Taiwan, I finally managed to get Chad to sit down, answer some questions, tell us your art history.
First really started getting into painting when I was about 13. A couple of friends of mine from school, we used to get together during class, after class, draw together. Eventually started painting walls, formed a small crew, and started painting graffiti and looking up to all the guys and getting wisdom and then making a name for myself.
Yeah. So what about artists in Taiwan? Are there any big aerosol graffiti artists in Taiwan?
There are quite a few. There are a few that are expats that have moved here. Just throw out some names like Flex One, Dabs, Tisk, Amos One. Same, Black as well, also another artist, Idea One. These guys are doing really, really well.
Wow, so there's loads?
Yeah, there are loads, yeah, there are.
Okay. And what's the difference between when you say the Taiwanese style and your style? Is there a big difference?
Well, I think each graffiti artist or artist in general has their own style, but I mean when it comes to graffiti, everyone has letters that they usually focus on.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, you can see in the style of the letters, never mind just the letters, but the characters that come with the colors they use.
Yeah.
It's generally based around the Taiwanese style, as in adapting the culture.
So that's aerosol art. What about other artists? Are there any other like foreign artists in Taichung or Taiwan?
Foreign artists that I have really stuck out for me. There's Jon Renzella. I think you've met him before, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Check out this video to see an absolutely amazing artist that I went to visit in my early YouTube career. But yeah, John does woodcut printing.
Yeah, I really like his style. I like when he's working. You see the effort and the time into each one that he makes. So
yeah,
that's true artwork in its own right.
Yeah, that's true. I think anyone who classify yourself as an artist, I think you have to put a lot of just passion and work and time into your work. And John is definitely one of those guys. So yeah, that's just a few other artists that maybe you can check out. Any of the people that Chad mentioned, if they have Instagrams or Facebooks, I'll link it in the description below. So I think we're going to get back to the second layer of the bike now. How long is it going to take, do you reckon?
Maybe 30-40 minutes.
Another 30-40 minutes. Well, luckily it's not a really hot day today. It's a pretty cool, chilly day. Luckily we started at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, midday. Best time of the day to be in the sun, right?
Yeah. So anyway, a bit of a chat with Chad coming up later. We'll talk about some of Chad's work later, but let's get back to that music, back to that slow-mo, and back to that creating. Okay, so second layer and some details done. And I have to say, it's starting to look pretty good, dude. I was a bit nervous this morning, not knowing what to expect. But yeah, it's actually pretty eye-catching. Again, back to that topic of art in Taiwan. One thing I want to talk about, and as Chad has done his fair share of teaching, I thought we could talk about the education system and how art is a big or small part of Taiwanese education. What do you reckon?
Well, I think to an extent, yes, but I don't think it's applied enough in certain aspects. I think a lot more kids could be a lot more creative, but I think the culture is a little bit different here, right? They focus more on mathematics and learning a second language.
Art is definitely not high on the list, but I think Taiwan has a kind of system where the kids who are absolutely amazing at art get pushed and they can express themselves.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, and maybe if they can make money from it, then the parents will kind of push it, but...
True.
Well, Chad actually has a son, similar age to William. Does your son do art class?
He's not at school, no, actually. They don't draw at all. He's learning to write in Chinese. Well, it's probably the biggest priority he has.
How do you feel about that, though, like the art?
Well, I have the artistic background, so I'm always going to, apply to him, teach him that as well. Obviously, being in the system, the education system, he has to learn everything. So,
Yeah, it's kind of, you have to sort of compromise a little bit, I think. I think Taiwanese education system has its pros and its cons, and I think one of the cons is definitely the lack of emphasis on art and freedom of expression.
And I think even if they are doing art, they aren't encouraged to be creative on their own.
Even in my Bushi Band where I teach, they'll do some craft or some art-based project, and then you'll see the Taiwanese teachers like coloring in the lines and like making sure that it looks perfect before it goes home to mum and dad, which is...
It defeats the point.
Absolutely defeats the object of creativity.
Exactly. So,
yeah,
that's frustrating at times, yes.
So yeah, the emphasis on art in Taiwan is not very strong. And it's not that we're being negative, but I'm sure the Taiwanese people who live in Taiwan also have positive and negative things to say about the education system. But yeah, what do you think? Write in the comments below, let me know, do you think Taiwan's education system doesn't focus enough on art? Do you think it's alright as it is? Have a discussion in the comments below, and I'm sure Chad will get involved. I'll make sure Chad is subscribed and he can reply to any comments if you have any questions.
Cool.
Yeah, so as you can see, the sun is absolutely killing us, so we've taken refuge.
Understatement.
So we've taken refuge in this little bit of shade in front of this rather beautiful mural. Any idea of the artist, Chad?
I have no idea.
Yeah, this is actually the basketball court at Chad's complex, and this is one of Chad's pieces.
Well, my son actually painted most of the bottom piece, so the BMO character over there was actually painted by my son Reef.
What about your other work? If people want to follow you, if people want to buy your art?
I'm hoping to have 2 exhibitions this year.
Yeah.
One is going to be primarily focused around the 1980s.
Yeah, Chad's got some awesome skateboard decks. Is that for your 80s exhibition?
It was, but I had more interest in selling it, so people were actually interested in buying it right now. Yeah, if they want to follow me on Instagram, I guess that's the medium that I use at the moment, at Lakai1.
I'll put details down below. So yeah, if you want to get one of these skateboard decks, if you want to check them out, check out Chad's Instagram. Are they on there?
Yeah.
Or there'll be details in the description below.
Yeah, they're on display at a place called Diggin in Taichung.
So yeah, we'll wrap this video up after the next section. So let's get back to painting.
Okay.
Get out of this heat. Well, what a day. Absolutely sweating, but the bike is finished. And with one click of my magic fingers, and there she is. We've been joined by Chad's masterpiece. What a beauty. Chad, what is your inspiration? What's the design?
Well, initially it was supposed to look like a Spitfire airplane, but it ended up looking more like a Panzer tank at the end. But it kind of looks like a shark. You're going to have to name it though, you're going to have to give it a name.
What a great idea. How about we put it out to the subscribers? Write in the comments below, what do you think is the best name for this bike? Me and Chad will choose which one. Good idea.
And I'll paint it on the bike.
And great, and Chad said he'll even paint it onto the bike. It's been an absolutely awesome day. We've talked about a little bit of art in Taiwan. Again, as usual with my videos, maybe not too much detail, but if you have anything at all you want to comment below about art in Taiwan, then by all means, start a discussion in the comments section. We'll get involved, and as usual, we'll have a chat. I think that's pretty much it. Don't forget those artists that Chad recommended earlier. I think there's a couple of others that you forgot to...
Yeah, I'll add them in as well. I just want to give a shout out to Loyalty Select Store for all the support, especially with my skateboard, helping a local artist out, which is great.
Yeah.
Diggin in Taiwan as well. Go check him out. Great place, great music, great vibes.
Yeah.
And thanks to Alan. Give us some love. Sweet
Cheers,
buddy.
Yes, so thanks so much for watching. As I said, I'm trying to keep this channel as varied and interesting as possible. Let me know in the comments below if you've liked this video. Let me know if you want to see more of this kind of thing. What do you want to see? After all, this channel is only here because of the subscribers. And if any of you see me riding this beast around Taichung City, don't forget to give me a beep, 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 and give me a wave. Come say hello. I'm way more friendly looking than the bike. And talking of my subscribers, let's go back to my team VVVIP, always here to the very, very end. And for your reward this week, you are going to get to see me and Chad carrying this bike back up those steps. So make sure you stay to the end. I think that's it, so time to wrap up. Thanks, Chad.
Welcome, pleasure, bro.
Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time in my life in Taiwan.
Pick it up like that.
Whoa!
What's hot?
Play the mantis.
Oh.
Yeah. Push. Go on.
For a scooter, dude.
Yeah.
You got a heavy motherfucker. Ready?
There we go. Okay, just hold it. Just hold it.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
2 feet.
Oh, done?
Jesus. Among my leg there.
Really? Holy shit.